mind. On that end? Yeah? Get my camera filming too. Appreciate you. And it's a little waxed up, so your clothes gonna get a little dirty, just so you know. You don't mind. Trying to figure out how old is this, like this right here. It's been here for, how long you been in it? So, okay. So I know it's definitely been here 20 years. It's crazy, like the material, BMXers, skateboarders hit it, but it hasn't gotten worn down the way other spots here. It's the type of stone in there. It's a beautiful stone. It just gets very easy to clean that off. Yo, this shit is, it's like the best material I've skated in a very long time. The top slides like butter. You could definitely do some spin set slides, hurricane Johns. I really need to get like a proper tripod or something. Get a better angle, you know what I mean? Maybe put it on top of somebody's car. I ain't so slide in a minute. Luke Tory. Look at this shit. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at this fucking thing. Now my wheel don't spin. Oh, it probably never spun. Fuck it, right? Yo, if you never knew this, right? Now you know, right? Fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars all have horns. But when have you ever heard them use their actual horn? Like, I think you hear fire trucks, I think they have like an amplified like air horn. But I mean like an ambulance and a police car has a regular honk honk, regular fucking standard issued car horn. But they never use it. That was the best one yet, and my wheels are slipping because you're set sliding, the wheels are on the ledge, and now I'm slipping all over the floor. So I'm like, ugh. Also, FYI, which might be TMI, took a shit over yonder by the scaffolding. The last clip, the last video, almost every spot you see me skate, I drop a deuce within the vicinity if I can't find a public restroom. Yo, I could do a solo in the whole video and still be better than you. But psych, ain't no such thing as better. Unless we're talking math and science, maybe I'm better at royales and solos than most people. But that's about it. not getting the right like footing in the stepping, you know? I like to do the stutter step, go quickly, and cruise. I actually stayed on the edge somehow. I don't know how. Try to fake E5 like I had enough room or time, and I think I clipped it and then bit it. energy. I need some music. Oh. Fuck. Back to back, back to back. Fuck. All right, I gotta see how that look.
man. Go get it.
Yeah, I
man.
got it. I got a feel
Go
good.
get it. Get it, man. Go, man.
Thank you.
Professional? I hear you, man.
your shirt say? That shit look dope.
Oh, this is Josie. This is one of my
Goat
nephews.
shit.
Yeah, it's one of
My
my
hands are
nephews.
bleeding, but I give you an elbow bump.
One of my nephew's clothes.
That's fire. Goat shit.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Just look it up. If you want to get it, just type it
Oh, just
up
type
on
in
the
goat
internet.
shit? Oh, it's on camera. I heard it. Goat shit. Everybody gonna hear it on YouTube too. All right, there's a lot of like little pieces of glass that I didn't really consider. I might have to use that mop/broom to dust shit down, but so the first one was a little rock. First one was a little rock caught in the fingers. All right. Caught right here in the palm. I bit that one out. This one felt like it got shanked. So fuck it. I'm gonna just let this stay here. I might call it after this. I'm gonna put a band-aid on, but there's a mop I might be able to dust. It's just so much little tiny fragments. Fuck. This one looked like it like shanked deep. I kind of like tried to keep my hands from dragging, so I literally had one finger on it, and that one finger was this finger, and it went shh. So let me see what we got. Oh yeah. I might call it, just put a band-aid on it. I'll put a band-aid on it and see what's going on, but like if you look at the floor, especially I guess where I'm falling, so I fell right around here. There's just like so much little shit, you know, like that's a little tiny piece right here, right? There's just tons of tiny pieces of glass. All right, I think this is where it happened, right here. Right here is where it happened. But yeah, I think it's worth calling it, wrapping it up, because it's really throbbing and it feels like it went deep. But whatever happened, I bit it out right away. Like but I wouldn't be surprised if there's still a piece in there. So, because I'm able to get my tongue in a couple millimeters. It looks a lot worse than it really is. It's just, I mean, who knows, right? That's actually the ring finger too. See if I can get this shit going here. Yeah, it's definitely deep. My tongue, I can put my tongue into the wound. It's a nice laceration. It starts off really thin. It's like a wedge. It's a nice wedge, and then it gets deep. I probably get my tongue in there like a good 1/4 of an inch, or I would say 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, which is deep enough for the finger, but it's the fingertip, so. So key is to add compression. So I'm gonna wrap this bitch and just hold that down like so. Put some pressure on that single finger, right? But yeah, now I know I got that. I mean, I don't know if I've ever done that trick. I mean, I might have on something simple, but this to me is something dope. And it's funny because as I first started trying it, I had to force it. And the other big issue is waiting for traffic, timing, cars, and like not having the proper run up and the proper speed. But probably right now where it's quiet and there's less traffic, and if I even wait later, I'm sure I'll just get the clean runway to just go Seoul
And what I realized is when I lock that sole, I gotta like force it. So at first I was trying to jump on Cecilite sole, and that I was getting stuck. And I realized I gotta lock the sole grind, but be ready to start leaning to the left. And once I locked that sole, I started leaning to the left, and it floats. The problem was that the boot was too tight on my left foot, so I had to loosen up the buckle about I think I loosened it up anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 notches. And then I realized it was too loose and I didn't have enough control, so I brought it back down to about somewhere between 1 and 3. I can't say for sure, but I just remember moving it around 2 or 3 times, and I know it wasn't more or less than that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. Compression. Go get some Band-Aids, drink some water, clean up this mess. Maybe use the mop. Yeah, I'll use the mop for that. And then maybe use the mop to dust the floor a little bit. How you doing? And he up! Mop that fool! Somebody's gonna come here like, what the fuck happened? Who got shanked? And it's like, yo, it's just a little teeny baby cut. Nothing to fuss about. I don't got AIDS yet. I hope not. All right, that was the blood on the ledge. Now let me try to dust all of this shit here, because this is where I'm falling. Actually, a mop is a fucking good tool. I'd say I don't really need it here so much. I feel like it's more here, the edges, and especially these little crevices, these cracks. Like that was a giant piece I just flipped away. There's mad fucking glass here. This mop is falling apart. Oh, that'll do it. Let's see what it looks like. See? It ain't so bad. It's already healing. I can't front. There's a part of me that's like, wants to stop. There's another part of me that wants to keep going. And it's because there was a point where I hit the sole, and it kind of turned into a macchio. The point simply is that my hands didn't touch the ledge, they didn't touch the floor, and I went from the left side of the ledge to the right side of the ledge, and I kind of locked it like a fish brainish. It was, whatever it was, it wasn't meant to be, but it was like a safe. You know what I mean? It's like catching a touchdown. To me, when you think of like accomplishments, right? So it wasn't what I wanted, right? So let's say you're going for the touchdown, and maybe you missed and it fumbled and it fell out of your hand, but then somehow you managed to recover it. That's what that was. That was a recovery. That was, okay, I fucked up on the touchdown with a clean catch and like the awesome flip into the end zone over the dude, but I still managed to recover it after I fumbled it without falling. But maybe there was a little hiccup in the process, but the play was still complete. You know what I mean? It wasn't an incomplete pass, so to speak. I have to think of it like football. It's the only analogy that makes sense to me. But I want to keep that. But of course, knowing that I could do that, and now knowing that I got that trick, I'm like, oh, I got to go back. But now I'm like, just let me take my time. I would hate to cut my hands open any further. Like, again, injuries are the one thing that slowed me down in skating throughout my 20-something year career of skating since 2002. So 21 years, right? 2003. Injuries are the only thing that really ever slowed me down. Injuries and drug addiction, substance abuse. But even with the substance abuse, drug addiction, I still made time to skate. But I found that I skated less often, and I was more inclined to abuse drugs, alcohol, the minute I got injured. So like, normally this happened, I'd be bummed out and I'd go drink and do something else to kind of boost that morale. But it's like, I don't need that. You know, I understand if, you know, when I broke my clavicle, I was getting high. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm fucked now. I'm getting high. It's funny how life works, right? But if you get into that cycle of every time you get hurt, you want to get high, it's like, then you never get over that hump. You never get past that point, you know? And you get stuck in a point of no return. So yeah did I mean? Hey, baby. All right, it's like bright as fuck. So we're gonna take a time out. It's like, fuck. Don't look too bad. I don't know if y'all can see it from that angle, but the adrenaline's wearing off, and I feel like cutting my losses, man. I really wanted I feel like lacing that, honestly, lacing that sole all the way over would be the best thing ever, but it would also be a lot better to not get further hurt and to just be like, yo, at least you did something, you know? I think that was always part of my problem, like in everything in life, is that I wanted to get things done ASAP, you know. And I remember my mom vividly telling me, like, yo, even with like college and going to school, she's like, yo, don't try to force it, you know. A bachelor's degree is a bachelor's degree, whether it take you 2 years, 4 years, or 15 years, you know. So if you just, but the key that she always told me was just stay steady and consistent, you know. Just keep going, even if you got to take one class a semester. Just and like, it's in a way to like do that one class a semester so that you don't fail and get overwhelmed. And it's funny because the last semester I was ever in school was 2009. Like legitimately working towards my bachelor's degree, and I was close to getting an associate's, and I just couldn't finish it. But in 2009, I was like, I think I was working full time, and I was cocky and confident. I was like, and I think I was just fed up with not completing my degree in architecture, and I was like, fuck that. And I took on more classes than I could handle, and it was night class coming from, you know, working, you know, a 9-to-5 job in an architectural office, and class starts at 6, I get out of work at 5. I think almost every day with the crazy rush hour traffic from Manhattan to downtown Brooklyn, almost every single class, not every single class, but almost all the time I was late and a little bit of lateness equals almost a failure. And I was behind on like submitting paperwork. I think I even had to redo one class. I think I failed Psych 101 and then I retook it and then passed the second time. I think I was taking like an English class. I've always sucked in English and literature classes for some reason. Not like I'm not good at it. It's just, I think the workload and the things that they demand, maybe I don't read and understand. Maybe I think I might have like a reading and comprehension issue. And it might be a little bit due to like the OCD and ADD. When I read, or like no matter what I read, my mind spazzes out and goes in a million different directions. You know, I could read I could read No Skate Till Brooklyn, and my mind starts drifting off on what other no topics there are, like no smoking, no this, no that, no rollerblading. I read skating and my mind drifts off into other things, you know. I look at the font and I drift off into Halloween, you know, Brooklyn, and my mind just spazzes out. It's very obsessive compulsive, but also it's all over the place. It has, you know, you can look at it like a curse, but I look at it as a gift. I have a very unique ability to connect things and to see how things are connected or how they can be connected, which in terms of marketing works very well. You know, you can say anything, and even for rap and freestyle and or comedy, you could say anything, any word, any concept, idea, and I can come up with a million things to tie it to. You know, I think there's a game that they used to play like that, where I could say water bottle, and then you have to come up with something, and then you might have to say, then you might say like bottle cap, and then I say caps gun, and then you say, like gun clapping crip or something. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, like it's one of those word association type games where my mind associates with the first thing that comes to mind, or the first thing that's prevalent or that has been consistent in my psyche from whether it's, you know, experiencing and seeing it in my environment. So, and I think it's part of it's because my mind works like a sponge. So it's important, I realize it's important for me to release some of that stuff and get it out of my system, to talk about it, to freestyle the talking, to start doing the comedy, to really talk my shit. But yeah, on that note, I wanted to really roll around in the skate park. I don't want to grind and do any tricks. I just wanted to roll around in the park, see how well it looks, how well it's lit up. I want to finalize doing a quick spot scout, how these spots look at night. I saw what they look like in the daytime. Everybody knows daytime daylight is good money, but I'm curious about what spots are lit up at night. This ledge is pretty decent at night. It's not the best, but it works. And I also wanted to check another spot not too far from here that I'm not certain how to get there, but I know I can figure it out once I start skating through the streets. But it's a basketball court that has ledges and a handrail, so stay tuned for that. And yada I mean.